Welcome and thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard, your host of the program, and today is Wednesday, March 21st. We are very glad you're with us. You may be with us on any number of ways. You might have found us out on the internet, of course. You can get there through YouTube. We're on YouTube. We have a Facebook page. If you find us on Facebook, then like us, and as programs are uploaded or we have any other information to pass along, you will get it through your Facebook. Of course, as always, we are locally here in the Owatonna area on Charter Cable Channel 8, but lots of other ways to get the information to, or to direct somebody else to. Perhaps they have moved away or spending their winter down south, or they're a college student who wants to keep in touch with what's going on here in Owatonna. You can direct them to one of the many ways that they can stay in touch with the Owatonna Today program. Likewise, we welcome you to get us information, and we welcome your ideas for guests and show topics and information about events that are coming up that we pass along at the end of our program. So take note of our email address and our cell phone numbers on the screen throughout the course of the program, and we look forward to hearing from you as well. We have a very good program coming up for you today. We're going to take our first supporter break, and then we'll be back to talk the KOWZ, let's see, I have to get it right, KOWZ Crew Home and Recreation Show. I knew there was a lot to that I had to get out, but we're going to be talking about that. It's coming up this weekend. And then Jackie Ostlund joins us, the Owatonna Business Women's pioneer woman, and we get a chance to meet and get to know Jackie a little bit better. So let's take this break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hello, I'm Shawn McNulty with the Sterling House Assisted Living, a part of Brookdale Senior Living. Our mission is to enrich the lives of those we serve with compassion, respect, excellence, and integrity. We are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltfett of Horizon Eye Care Professionals, eye care you can trust. We're proud supporters of Owatonna Today.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home, and we're proud to serve the Medford and Owatonna areas with cremation and traditional funeral services.
And we're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us. We are here to talk Home and Recreation Show, and for that, Matt Ketelsen joins us. Hi, Matt.
Hi.
Glad to have you back again.
Glad to be back.
And Dave Legault, nice to have you here as well.
Thank
How
you
are
very
the
much.
both of you?
Oh, we're doing fine. I'm doing great.
So help us out again with your proper titles at KOWZ.
We call it the KOWZ Crew Home and Recreation Show,
Okay.
presented by Minnesota Rebath.
Okay, and people will know you, Matt, because you're affiliated with the radio station in what way? You're in sales?
Yep, I'm the sales manager
Okay.
of both KOWZ and Crew Radio.
Okay, so you probably see Matt out and about, or you hear him, and Dave as well. You work in the sales department too?
Yep, I'm
for
under
radio
Matt's
station?
management.
Ah, your boss.
Great boss.
Co-workers.
And so what job does he get to do here today? You have decided yet?
David is in sales for us, and then he's also a great event planner. He's been with us, 4 years now, and when we have to plan an event, I know David will get the job done.
Good job. And our second guest, I just have to mention this briefly before we get into your event. Dave's wife was very instrumental in planning the Owatonna Business Women's Woman of Achievement evening, which we're going to be honoring and talking to Jackie Ostlund. So you're a couple of event planners in the family, huh?
You know, I get it all from her. That's
You do?
just rubbing it out of me. Yep.
It's a talent. There is something to planning events, and this is one that has been going on now for a number of years. We were calculating here, we're I think in the 12th annual Home and Recreation Show. Wow.
It's hard to believe. Yep.
But it's been great from, I think, day one, from the very first one that was put on. I think it was successful and has done nothing but grow and become more popular ever since.
Yeah, even the years that it snowed, it was a good show. And
Not going to happen this year.
even on the years that it's 70 degrees, it's going to be a good show as well.
It is, and it is coming up this weekend, and lots of opportunities for people to head on into the show. Let's mention the hours here at the beginning.
It's on Friday
Okay.
from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And this is, of course, at the Four Seasons Center. It's on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday from 11 to 4.
Okay, and it is filled with vendors.
Jam-packed.
Packed. Both sides of the Four Seasons
Yep,
Arena.
we have over 215 booths. And you can see literally anything: windows, siding, doors, gutters, landscaping, boats, decks. Cash and carry items are available, so come see the Tastefully Simple, Pampered Chef, Tupperware, books, anything you can imagine.
A lot of the home-based businesses are there, but and it's all revolved around home and recreation. So is there a particular area where the big things are when you talk about boats and lawn equipment and things like that? Are they in a particular area of the Four
You
Seasons?
know, most of it we try to mix it up a little bit, so
Okay.
it's really entertaining for people. There's no more home and rec side. It's just mix.
Okay.
You know.
So they get a little bit of everything as they walk through. And I know that this has been a very, very well-attended event. I think you anticipate or estimate How many? I know you were telling me.
Last
I don't
year,
think I wrote it down.
about 6,500 people came through the door of our home and rec show.
Okay, and it's always a challenge to keep track in a free event, which this one is, and we have to make sure we mention that's one of the great things about it is people can come and go and come back and go and come back yet again if they want and kind of divide their time over the few days, but it is free. And so when you try to calculate that attendance, how do you
well,
kind of...
with 2 doors, it makes it a little bit of a challenge as well, but we have the Girl Scouts that help us out with that, and they click people as they come through. Just, you know, it's not that important, but it's nice to kind of have an idea of how many come through. And they love it. They talk to the people that come through. You'll see smiling faces of the Girl Scouts when you walk in the door. They'll probably be trying to sell you Girl Scout cookies as well.
Now that's interesting because as I understand it, you were mentioning that they get special permission to be at this home and recreation show because otherwise cookie sales are done.
Yeah, cookie sales ended about a week ago or maybe this last weekend, but because they help us and we want to make sure that we return the favor to people, they do get special permission to extend Girl Scout cookies for 1 extra week. So this is your last chance when you come into the show. Remember, you're probably not going to have a chance to buy Girl Scout cookies after this weekend.
So let's see if you ate them all, like what happened at my house, and you need to restock, or you didn't make it to one of the booth locations or got hit up by a Girl Scout. This is a great time to do it, so an extra little bonus there too for the home and recreation show. It remains free, and that's a great thing for our attendees. It's obviously been a great thing for your vendors that they keep coming back. Dave, when do you start working on this event?
Boy, we really start planning things, I think, September-ish. November, we had about 30 or 40% of all the vendors filled out already, sold, and by January 1st, I think we're about 75% full. So,
oh my goodness.
you know, this year especially, this year went really, really well for that. So.
Okay. So almost, well, not quite immediately, but you finish the one show, you get a little bit of a break, and you probably do a little recap. What did we do great? What might we tweak for next year?
Yep.
And then you start working on it in earnest then in the fall.
And then, and with that regard, we always do surveys for all the vendors.
Okay.
And we go through them the Monday after the show in our sales meeting. Matt, and kind of goes through them, picks up the most important points that people mention, and then for that reason, this year we extended 2 extra hours for the whole show.
Okay.
We added an hour on Friday evening.
Okay.
And we also added an hour on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Well, it's great to listen to your vendors. They're the ones that are paying the bills, making the show as successful as it is. And I understand that these vendors are from all over. These are not, there are certainly local vendors, and that's wonderful. They're here and supporting the radio station and the show. But they come from how far away?
Boy, we got a vendor from Canada, I think, from Ontario. We got some vendors from, obviously, majority are from Still County. We have some from Rice County, from Northfield area. We have some all the way down from Austin, Albert Lee. A lot of them from Rochester, Mankato as well. So it's you kind of see in a 50-mile radius where about 80% of our vendors come from.
Oh, that is wonderful. And how about the attendees? Do you have any way of measuring that? I think you have drawings and things where maybe you capture some addresses?
We do try and capture some of those things, and we promote the show heavily in Mankato. We promote it in Rice County. We promote it in Waseca County, of course, here in Steele County. So we promote it from all over the place. Of course, the bulk of our attendees are from Owatonna, and we cannot say enough thanks to the people of Owatonna for really supporting our show very well and supporting the vendors that come through. It's really, you know, they say what comes first, the chicken or the egg. Well, in a show like this, you need both.
You really do.
To make it a good show, and that's why we've had more vendors every year. We get a few more and a few more because everybody's satisfied. People of Owatonna love coming to the shows, and our vendors love seeing the people come through the shows.
You know, I know that people start talking about it. I really, literally have heard out in the community as it gets to be this time of the year that the show is coming up. People are really excited about it. They are. They know it's a great show. It's been a great show. They love the aspect of being able to come and go. It's free parking as well. And you know what? And there just aren't too many shows left like this that you don't have to pay some sort of admission or pay parking.
We don't know any of them out there right now that are free and free for the attendance, for, like you just said, parking, or even to get in. There's shows sometimes they'll charge you just $1 to get in, but you know, why would we charge $1 to get people in? It's just, you know, we won the traffic. So
yeah, your vendors are happy. They keep coming back. It makes it a successful
Come on
show.
over.
Yeah, and the attendees, in addition to the Girl Scout cookies, which we've already talked about, but there are some bonuses there, some giveaways and prizes you wanted to make sure we mention?
Yep, we're going to be giving away 200 free movie rentals.
Ooh!
We're also giving away a trip up to Tuckaway Resort in beautiful Bacchus, Minnesota every day of the show.
Okay.
One of the days, I believe it's Saturday, that trip will go to a veteran.
Okay.
So we're only giving it to a veteran that day, and people can come and register, stop by the KOWZ Crew booth, or stop by the Tuckaway booth. You can talk to Mike and Karen and Todd there. They are fantastic people. You'll love talking to them. Register to win those trips. And I've been to this resort myself. It is serene, it is peaceful, it is quiet, the fishing's great, so it's a lot of fun.
So the name is perfect. It's tucked away and you get your little respite from all the rest of the world.
Yep,
Do you like to go
absolutely.
after you're done with the busyness of the show?
You know, I always say this week is always a chaotic week, and
Yeah.
for me the fun really begins once Friday hits,
Yeah.
because, and for all of our people that work there, we get to see the culmination of, you know, we really start working on in September, but we're going to start working on next year's show at the show. It's taking the surveys for
That's
next
true.
year. It's letting folks know, reserve these dates. Make sure you can get your spot so you can be here next year. And so we can enjoy kind of the fruits of our labor, and everybody's happy at the show, and we can walk around and talk to them, and everybody's smiling. It's just a lot of fun.
And you have a unique opportunity to continue promoting it even while you're there. Being radio, you get to talk to the vendors and have that going out over the air to encourage more people to come.
We'll be live, broadcasting live from the show the entire time it's there, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll have our morning teams out there. We'll have DJ live in the afternoon. He does an all-request show, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, it is going to be great fun. The KOWZ Crew Home and Recreation Show, 12th annual. Is there anything we missed? We've got the Girl Scouts. We've got all the booths and all the things that are going to be there. Let's mention the hours and the days again, just
It's
so people
on Friday
mark
from
it.
3 to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Don't miss the KOWZ Crew Home and Recreation Show presented by Minnesota Rebath this weekend at the Four Seasons Center in Owatonna.
Wow, did that sound like a commercial? Woo! And on that note, we're going to leave, and we encourage everybody to go. Thanks so much, Matt, and thanks,
Thank you.
Dave, for joining
Thank
us. Have a
you.
great show.
Thanks.
We'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be right back.
I'm Diane Wilson of Profinium Financial, the bank that helps you achieve your financial dreams. Profinium Financial is proud to be a supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
The Owatonna Police Department would like to remind you to drive safely this winter season. Clear all snow and ice from your vehicle's windows before driving on the road. Turn on your headlights to increase your visibility to other drivers. Reduce your speed to match the road conditions. Increase the distance between you and the vehicle ahead of you. Approach all intersections with caution as if they were slippery. Doing these simple things will decrease your chances of becoming involved in a fender bender this winter season.
Hello, I'm Matthew Camp, the new plastic surgeon at Mayo Clinic Health System of Owatonna and Albert Lea. I trained in medical school at Wake Forest in North Carolina and completed plastic surgery training in Southern California at Loma Linda. Plastic surgeons provide a wide range of aesthetic and reconstructive surgery. We operate from head to toe. I look forward to meeting you.
Linda Bednar with Summit Mortgage, and I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now, I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us on this Wednesday, March 21st. And as promised, Jackie Ostlund joins us. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
We go way back, don't we? Let's see,
well, yes, we're
theater.
pioneers. You're a pioneer as well.
We are pioneers, but just so people get to know you a little bit better, and they may know you from for all the reasons that we're going to be talking about, having to do with the Pioneer Woman Award for the Owatonna Business Women. But born and raised here in the area, or
well, I
came
feel
later?
like I'm a I'm a
You're a
native.
long time resident anyway.
Right. We moved here in 1978.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. So I think I've lived here longer than I've ever lived anywhere.
Exactly. I moved here in 1980, and I think I first met you, Jackie, in involvement with Little Theater.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best place to go to get involved in the community.
Isn't that the truth? You know, I was, okay, well, this is going to sound bad, so when I moved here in 80, I was a young woman then.
Yes, we all were.
But and it was very nice because Todd Hale, whom I worked for at the time, said, do you like theater? Just kind of trying to get me involved in the community and not knowing what my interests were, it was, and I said, yeah, I love theater. And consequently met people like yourself and people in all walks of life in the community, and it really caused me to stay here and make it my home.
Right. Well, good.
I know it.
Painting sets.
You've, yep, and then you've raised a family here?
Yes, we have 3 daughters, and they all live in Owatonna.
Oh, very nice, because you've got grandkids then close by?
Yes, we have 7 grandchildren.
Oh, how fun is that?
I know. We are very blessed because not every grandma and grandpa have all their grandchildren right with them all the time.
Get to spend lots of time.
It's marvelous.
Very fun.
Yeah.
No grandkids yet for me, but I'm looking forward to the day someday.
It is
so
quite.
I'll join you in those ranks.
It's quite the ride.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So we do want to make mention too. Beth Svenby was not able to be with us on this recap program. But she was, of course, acknowledged as the Woman of Achievement. We had Owatonna Business Women on our program before as they were kind of ramping up to the event. We do want to acknowledge Beth, and you might know her and remember her. She was on our program for, first of all, when the From the Heart half marathon was first started, and very well known for that. Also, many of us would recognize her as the former vice principal at the Owatonna High School, and she is now principal at Washington School. So in case you think you need to put a name with a face and remember who Beth is, very, very involved in the community, and of course was acknowledged as a Woman of Achievement because of that. I understand that the event itself was, sorry, what are we, about 2 weeks past now?
1 week.
Only a week past the Woman of Achievement? Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I've
well,
been gone
thereabouts.
for a week, so.
Okay, okay, so you lost that
lost
week.
a week.
In any case, a
Yeah.
week ago Friday? Okay, so we're about 10 days out from it. And Jackie, you said it was a wonderful event.
Oh, I've been to them in the past, but it was Karen
Legault. I think we were talking about that earlier, Dave.
Also, just put together a marvelous program.
Very nice.
And you know, the Owatonna Business, I think it used to be called BPW.
Yes, Business and Professional
Women, and now it's Owatonna Business Women. It was a marvelous show. I would recommend anybody to take the time to attend it because the proceeds of the money that they raise goes towards scholarships for traditional and non-traditional women in the community. And the recipients spoke at the evening, and it just made your heart just so happy. And it's like you give somebody a second chance and somebody a first chance.
Exactly, because it could either be, it's either, well, one is to a graduating senior, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
and
two to graduating
seniors, and then 2 to women who are re-entering the workforce and going back to school.
Yeah, it's
or perhaps learning something new. So that is a wonderful thing to support. You were right.
And I was really impressed at the people who are involved in the business, Owatonna Business.
Yeah, they've got a great group of women. When we had them on and we're talking about them, as organizations go, it's kind of ebbed and flowed over the years as they do, gained, lost, but it's a very healthy group right now, and sounds like a bunch of wonderful people involved in the organization.
I was a little bit humbled when they called, and Juliana Sklizacek called me and said, "We've chosen you as the pioneer woman." Well, you know, maybe pioneer isn't the best for all the, but it was great.
It kind of harkens back to.
Yeah, it's like, should I wear a bonnet?
But what they really mean, I think, and what they're getting at is that it's a woman who has championed causes or has been a pioneer in certain ways, and you certainly have, and we want to talk about that. It probably wasn't too long after you moved here that you got involved in the community. You're very much that kind of person, so not just Little Theater. But I know that one of the things that was being acknowledged was your work with what was then the Women's Resource Center.
Right.
And can you talk a little bit about what was going through your mind when you actually started that here in the community, and what caused you to do that?
Okay, I would be happy to do that. But before, I would like to just mention that Mary Jane Taylor was the very first woman recognized as the Pioneer Woman, and then Sharon West last year received.
Okay.
So I needed to say that because they set the stage, and I just love that. But okay.
Will you join a great group?
I do. I'm honored to be part of that
women
group.
so far, yes, and they are both wonderful as well.
So I came to Owatonna and got involved in the theater, and then I also became involved in the Salvation Army initially. And for folks who have lived here a long time, they probably remember that the Salvation Army was a very active and important part of this community at that time. You know, there was. And so I was on that board and served on that board, as well as was chairman, and just became involved in that. Okay. And then other boards and so forth came along, and then I was hired on as Contacts, Steele County Contact, which is the 24-hour listening service. Okay. All right, part-time. And then what we did is it just evolved. Everything evolved from that. We started from a part-time position to part-time being online. We went 24 hours, 24/7. We always had 100 volunteers trained. All of the volunteers took 50 hours of training. We have some very well-trained people in this community.
Yes, we do.
Probably hundreds of well-trained people. And anybody who ever took the contact training always said, this is the best thing that I've ever done.
Very valuable, I'm sure, not just for use in the contact program itself, but for life.
For life. It was a life training
Because
thing.
they had to learn to listen, to respond, to be able to help without probably getting really emotionally wrapped up in what was going on. And and the calls could have been anything. I know some of them were just check-in calls for people that did not have the ability to get out of their home, or maybe somebody to check on them. So there were all sorts of reasons to receive the calls.
And being an active listener is a skill. So, and volunteering is also a skill.
Yes.
And so it was great to train all these wonderful. So it must have been hundreds and hundreds, because Contact was a viable organization for. Well, I was the director for 15 years.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very, very needed thing. And from that, through the calls that we got through Contact, that we realized that there were a lot of people calling who needed help immediately. Women and men and children.
Emergent situations.
Yeah. You know, they were in trouble and they needed help. And so from that, from those calls, then I thought, well, maybe we should have a special group of people. So then we started we trained people to be advocates for these calls. And then from that, I thought, well, we need to go one step further so that we could not only be there on the phone. And so then I started the Women's Resource Center. Okay. And I'm not sure how much time we have to tell you about that.
Where are we at, time-wise?
About 2 minutes.
A couple minutes. We still have a couple minutes.
Okay. Because that was a huge step in this community.
Very much.
Because if women or men or children needed to have help immediately, they had to wait until Monday, and then they had to go to the courthouse and talk to the judge or talk to somebody there to get
and this gave them immediate assistance.
And we just went right to that. But the point is that at that time, you know, we were pioneers because that was all new to the judicial system.
Sure.
So paving that way, I think, is one of what I feel really good about.
Of course you do, absolutely.
Dealing with the judges and with Jerry Peterson, who was marvelous to work with, but to accept and to trust that we were doing the right thing, going in the right way. So that was awesome.
And that entity has evolved into now the Crisis Resource Center.
Right.
And as you mentioned, at one time it was probably helping more women, but now there are many more that are assisted. And I can't imagine that the liaison relationship with the court system has just been invaluable over the years, I'm sure.
And it's great, but so
we're not going to have enough time to talk about all your pioneering. You also started a business with your husband, Pete. How long ago did you start InstiPrints?
Oh, probably 15 years ago.
Okay.
And now we have, I know it comes in 15s, and now we have a shop in Faribault and in Owatonna. And through a kind of volunteering kind of thing, we give away Shine grants, which you have been involved
I
with.
was, yes, back in the tourism department.
We did. We give $20,000 of grants away to nonprofit organizations every year
printing
that
and
they
publication.
can use for printing and publications and
That's
whatever they
wonderful
need.
help.
It is. It's marvelous.
Well, we could talk all day. We needed a whole show just to talk to our pioneer woman. But
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
We're
But
going to
there's
have
so
to wrap
much
it up,
more
but
to
we do want
say.
to. I know we'll have you on again. We definitely want to say congratulations.
Oh,
and
thank
it's,
you. It was
it's
a
absolutely my pleasure knowing you, and for others in the community.
Thank you.
I'm
It's
sure
my
they feel the
pleasure as
same.
well. And to the Owatonna Business
Women.
Women, that's a hard thing to get to. I appreciate and thank them for recognizing.
Great
And
organization.
for,
Great
like
group
I
of
said at the evening, I said, pay it forward, women. Pay it forward, because that's what
works.
we all. That's what works. So
Exactly. Thank you so
thank
much,
you very
Jackie.
much. All
Pleasure.
right.
We'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be back to wrap up today.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jake with Napa Auto Parts.
Napa has the know-how for all your automotive needs.
Napa is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
The Owatonna Care Center is excited to announce our new partnership with Dr. Middle and Dr. Wilcox of Long-Term Care Professionals. This partnership ensures that residents can be seen right here at the Owatonna Care Center when needed. With this special on-site care, long-term care professionals will be delivering to our facility. Our goal is to decrease hospital visits and ensure special one-on-one care for each resident. Long-term care professionals and the Owatonna Care Center are dedicated to improving the clinical management for our residents, ensuring that they receive the highest quality of care.
Did you know that it is illegal in the city of Owatonna to host or allow a gathering where minors will be consuming alcoholic beverages on your property or in your residence? Did you know it is illegal to provide minors with alcohol unless they are your own kids, in your own home, and you are present? Underage drinking leads to increased risks of future chemical dependency, engaging in more serious criminal activity, and becoming a victim of a crime. Please help keep our kids and our community safe by not encouraging, hosting, or allowing underage drinking. This is a message from the Owatonna Police Department and the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
It's time to wrap up the show here on this Wednesday, March 21st, with a reminder that if you have not yet been to the Art Center to see the Owatonna Young Artists, they are being exhibited there in the gallery. It's works of our young people, age actually kindergarten through 12th grade, and it's a wonderful exhibit in the gallery, so make sure you get there before Sunday, or by Sunday if you would like to see that. A few scholarship announcements. The Owatonna Hospital, well, not yet. The Owatonna Hospital Auxiliary, first we want to mention this. They're hosting a Books Are Fun fundraiser. It's at the Owatonna Hospital this Friday from 9 to 6. It's actually in the Vision Conference Room, which is room 1489. Books and gifts for all ages will be available for purchase, and that goes to support the Owatonna Hospital Auxiliary, which helps the Owatonna Hospital with its unbudgeted items and scholarships. Speaking of those scholarships, is where I was going. The Owatonna Hospital does have and is accepting their scholarship applications right now, and they are due March 31st. So if you're in the process of working on those, in order to qualify, the student needs to show financial need, pursue a career in healthcare, and live within Steele County. So get a hold of them. Contact the Career Center at your school. Little Theater of Owatonna has their Vita Alexander LTO Scholarship for 2012. Those are available. They present a number of them. Those applications are due, must be postmarked by April 2nd, and so that we don't forget, either Owatonna Foundation is offering $15,000 in scholarship money available to students planning technical careers. So any of those scholarships, of course, are available through the organizations or your Career Center at your school. Coming up on Friday's program, we'll have our City of Owatonna update, and we visited the Owatonna Care Center, and we're going to have you come along. We'll see you then.